Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. We are here again. This is another round of street vlogging where we discuss our homeland development and how to help out, how to midwife the people who are suffering from politicians and elitist agendas. So now we are going to discuss, because people are discussing about how the homeland has not fared very well in issue of job security, and people are beginning to talk about it, and they're beginning to see a lot of the policies the government has, put in place, even to destroy the little jobs people are creating, and without actually replacing it with a better job. So now we are going to be discussing about it. Maka na ofu onye kwuru sị, ihe niile a na-eme ana awanye ana ebe niile, ndị mmadụ ana-alụ ụlọ, ndị na-azọkọla na-azọkọla ụlọ. Kedu ọ bụ ụlọ ahụ ka ndị ahụ ga-eri? Kedu ọrụ ndị a nọ na that locality ga na-alụ? That's a big question. So remember that you will need to like and share this where we are discussing, because it will help us in overall objective of reaching a wider audience, and also tagging the government of Anambra State led by Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo to this. So let's talk about this in a proper economic planning or proper economic improvement by any government. The government normally prioritize job security, because he knows that if he can keep the people busy with something, what will happen is that basically there will be low crime, and there will be increase in productivity, and there will be also increase in revenue, internally generated revenue, and the GDP will basically rise. So that's what happens when a government is geared towards jobs. So the former previous British Prime Minister talk about jobs, how they can make job available to all. So in Anambra State, there is no government push towards that, because you look at neighborhoods, some of them there's no jobs around for them to do. Even some of them that try to create those jobs are being frustrated by government activities and government incompetence in many ways. One, not providing electricity. Two, issue of bad roads, issue of dirty environments, issue of lack of funds, and issue of heavy taxations, according to some of the source. So now, what are we going to do in order to solve these problems? Because this community, this channel, is not just about exposing things, but it's also geared towards leveraging and improving things. So in neighborhoods in Oka and all those areas, there should be government creating where the people can walk. There are many ways they can do that. They can actually, in each of these areas, major zones, in cities of Oka, Onitsha, Nnewi, Ekulobia, they should be creating some economic activities and also giving out loans for those economic activities. one of the things they need to do is that in each of these cities, with the population, there are a lot of things that are always in demand in these cities. So what they need to do is basically to acquire spaces in some of these neighborhoods and basically build a hub, entrepreneur hub, where a lot of these people will now be encouraged to go in there and create jobs for the neighborhood. So let me use an example, because we want to always use example when we are dealing with these things. Let's say you have Omoba phase 1 and phase 2. Now the government look at it and said, okay, the people there, they need jobs, and they don't need to travel very far to get the jobs. So the government will look at acquiring some of the property there and building a business hub. A business hub, it can be a bigger buildings whereby people are now encouraged with seed money to basically set up something like a garment manufacturing and leather production units. Some of the people might be encouraged to set up like what I will call manufacturing of paints. Some of the people will be encouraged in ICT hubs. You know, they can create an incubations and business hub in those areas. So in each of the neighborhood, like Omoba, they should create something that will accommodate between 500 people in a place. So they can actually be helped out by the small business agency of the government that will actually help them to procure, not just giving them loan, but to procure the necessary equipment and machineries they needed for their operation. That's what we are talking about. This is only part 1. This is only part 2. I think you got the idea we are getting. But in part 2, we are going to enumerate or bring out more information so that you can get where we are getting to. That our purpose is basically to make sure there's a local job for the local people. So you don't expect the local people to be traveling very far, creating traffic bottlenecks on the way, creating pollutions, but we will be creating local jobs for the local people. So creating local jobs for the local people, that's what we need to call this, creating local jobs for local people. Creating local jobs for local people. That's only part 1. And I do believe that with your encouragement, we will continue in part 2, part 3, and part 4, or even part 5. So this is what we're supposed to be having from the government of Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. Local job for the local people. There are many ways to create these jobs. There are a lot of ways. I get you cracking. I will unravel more. I am so Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. See you in the next one, and have a wonderful time wherever you are. God bless. Bye.